The cholesterol lie. Why seniors over 70 are being misled. The simple truth that protects your heart. Harold was 72 when his doctor put him on statins. Your cholesterol is 240, the doctor said, scribbling a prescription. That's dangerous. We need to get it under 200. Harold took the pills faithfully for 2 years. His cholesterol dropped to 160. His doctor was thrilled. But Harold wasn't thriving. He was failing. His muscles ached constantly. His memory started slipping. He'd forget why he walked into a room. His energy vanished. Even his sex drive disappeared entirely. "Is this just getting old?" he asked his wife. Then Harold stumbled across a study that changed everything. A massive Swedish research project that tracked over 800,000 people for 35 years. The findings were shocking. Completely backwards from everything his doctor had told him. Every single person who lived to 100, they had high cholesterol. Not low. Not healthy levels under 200. High. The higher their LDL, the so-called bad cholesterol, the longer they lived. Harold stopped his statins. Within 6 months, his strength returned. His mind cleared. His libido came back. They had it completely backwards, he told me. Everything they told me about cholesterol was a lie. Today, I'm going to expose the biggest medical myth of the last 50 years. A lie that's been killing seniors, destroying quality of life, and making billions for pharmaceutical companies. Because the truth is stunning. High cholesterol doesn't kill you. Low cholesterol does. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why your body is desperate for cholesterol, and what happens when you starve it with statins and low-fat diets. This isn't conspiracy theory. This is peer-reviewed science that's been buried because it threatens a $30 billion statin industry. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn could add years, maybe decades, to your life. Let me tell you about the AMORA study. AMORA stands for Apolipoprotein-Related Mortality Risk. Swedish researchers tracked over 800,000 people for 35 years. They monitored cholesterol levels, health outcomes, and lifespan. This wasn't a small trial. This was nearly 1 million people followed for decades. Here's what they found, and I want you to listen carefully, because this contradicts everything you've been told. Every centenarian had high total cholesterol. Not moderate, not within normal range, high. The people who lived to 100 weren't the ones with cholesterol at 180. They were the ones with cholesterol at 240, 260, even 280. The highest LDL correlated with the longest lifespans. LDL, the cholesterol your doctor calls bad, was higher in people who lived the longest. This pattern held across the entire study population. Finding number 3. Centenarians shared 3 markers: high total cholesterol, high iron levels, low glucose, blood sugar. Notice what's not on that list. Low cholesterol. Dr. Malcolm Kendrick is a physician who's been challenging the cholesterol hypothesis for 20 years. He reviewed hundreds of studies and found the same pattern repeatedly. People with the lowest cholesterol died the soonest. I kept looking for the studies showing low cholesterol was protective, Dr. Kendrick told an interviewer. They don't exist. The data goes the opposite direction. And when I pointed this out to colleagues, they accused me of being irresponsible. Dr. Uffe Ravenskov, another researcher, published similar findings. He showed that in people over 60, high LDL was associated with lower mortality from all causes. His research was dismissed. Journals refused to publish follow-up studies. Why? Because if high cholesterol doesn't kill you, if it actually protects you, then the entire statin industry collapses. And that's a $30 billion problem for pharmaceutical companies. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you next is even more disturbing. The actual dangers of low cholesterol that your doctor never mentions. While everyone panics about high cholesterol, almost nobody talks about the devastating effects of cholesterol that's too low. Let me show you what happens when you drive cholesterol down with statins or extreme low-fat diets. When LDL drops below 70 mg DL, your risk of hemorrhagic stroke, brain bleeds, increases by 300%, 3 times higher. Why? Because cholesterol is essential for maintaining blood vessel integrity. When levels get too low, vessel walls become fragile and prone to rupture. Margaret learned this the hard way. At 68, her doctor pushed her LDL down to 65 with aggressive statin therapy. Lower is better, he insisted. 6 months later, Margaret suffered a massive hemorrhagic stroke. She survived, but half her body remained paralyzed. The irony, her neurologist told her family, we were trying to prevent strokes by lowering cholesterol. Instead, we caused one. When total cholesterol drops below 180 mg DL, cancer rates increase dramatically. Multiple studies have shown this correlation. Low cholesterol is found in people with colon cancer, lung cancer, lymphomas, liver cancer. Why? Cholesterol is critical for immune function. When it's too low, your body can't fight off abnormal cells before they become cancerous. Your brain is 25% cholesterol by weight. It's the most cholesterol-rich organ in your body. When total cholesterol drops below 180 mg DL, dementia risk increases significantly. Studies show that seniors with the lowest cholesterol have the highest rates of Alzheimer's disease, cognitive impairment, memory problems, depression. Think about that. We're giving seniors statins to protect their hearts, while simultaneously destroying their brains. Multiple studies have linked low cholesterol to increased depression rates, higher suicide risk, violent behavior, aggressive tendencies. Why? Cholesterol is essential for producing serotonin receptors in the brain. Without adequate cholesterol, your brain can't properly process mood-regulating neurotransmitters. Danger. Number 5. Increased all-cause mortality. Here's the kicker. When cholesterol drops below 150 mg DL, death rates from all causes increase. Not just heart disease. Everything. You become more susceptible to infections, autoimmune diseases, cancer, strokes, accidents due to impaired cognition. Now, before I show you why your body desperately needs cholesterol, let me address the elephant in the room. What about statins? Aren't they supposed to save lives? Statins are the most prescribed drugs in the world. Over 40 million Americans take them. The industry generates $30 billion annually. But here's what the studies actually show. Even in people with heart disease, statins provide minimal benefit. The absolute risk reduction, the actual difference in outcomes, is typically around 1–2%. That means if you take statins for 5 years, you might reduce your risk of a heart attack from 3% to 2%. A 1% difference. Is that worth the side effects? 1. Muscle damage, myopathy. Statins damage mitochondria, the energy powerhouses in your cells. This causes muscle pain and weakness, chronic fatigue, exercise intolerance. George was 70 when he started statins. Within months, he could barely climb stairs. I used to hike every weekend, he told me. Now I can barely walk around the block without my legs burning. 2. Cognitive impairment. Because statins block cholesterol production in the brain, they can cause memory loss, confusion, brain fog, difficulty concentrating. Linda, 65, started forgetting appointments, recipes she'd made for decades, even her grandchildren's names. I thought I had early Alzheimer's, she said. Then I stopped the statins. Within weeks, my mind cleared. 3. Hormone disruption. Cholesterol is the precursor to all steroid hormones: testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, DHEA. When you block cholesterol production, you tank these hormones. Men experience low libido, erectile dysfunction, loss of muscle mass, depression, fatigue. Women experience worsened menopause symptoms, mood swings, decreased bone density. 4. Increased diabetes, Statins increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes by 46%. Think about that. You take a drug to prevent heart disease, and it gives you diabetes, which causes heart disease. 5. Liver damage. Statins are processed by the liver and can cause elevated liver enzymes, fatty liver disease, liver inflammation. Peripheral neuropathy. Nerve damage causing tingling, numbness, and pain in hands and feet. So if statins barely reduce heart attack risk, but cause all these devastating side effects, why are they prescribed so aggressively? Follow the money. Pharmaceutical companies make billions. Doctors are trained in a system funded by pharmaceutical companies. Guidelines are written by panels with financial ties to drug manufacturers. It's not a conspiracy. It's economics. Now, let me show you what cholesterol actually does in your body and why. You literally cannot live without it. Cholesterol isn't a toxin. It's not a disease. Cholesterol is one of the most essential molecules in your entire body. Here's what it actually does. Every cell in your body, all 37 trillion of them, has a membrane made largely from cholesterol. Without adequate cholesterol, cell membranes become fragile and prone to rupture, permeable to toxins, unable to properly regulate what enters and exits. Low cholesterol. Weak cells. Disease. Mitochondria are the energy factories in your cells. They need cholesterol to function. When cholesterol is too low, mitochondrial function declines, causing chronic fatigue, muscle weakness, brain fog. Accelerated aging. Vitamins A, D, E, and K are fat-soluble. You need cholesterol-rich bile acids to absorb them. Low cholesterol means vitamin D deficiency, immune problems, bone loss. Vitamin A deficiency, vision problems, immune dysfunction. Vitamin K deficiency, bleeding problems, bone loss. Vitamin E deficiency, nerve damage, muscle weakness. Your liver converts cholesterol into bile acids, which break down fats in your diet. Without adequate cholesterol, you can't properly digest. Healthy fats, fat-soluble vitamins, essential fatty acids. This leads to malnutrition even when you're eating well. This is critical. Cholesterol is your immune system's secret weapon. Cholesterol binds to and neutralizes bacterial toxins, like those from E. coli and staph, viral particles, fungal infections, even cancer cells. Studies show that people with the lowest cholesterol have more frequent infections, longer recovery times, higher mortality from infectious diseases. During flu season, the people with the highest cholesterol have the best survival rates. Your brain is 25% cholesterol. It needs cholesterol to form and maintain synapses, connections between neurons, produce neurotransmitters, brain chemicals, repair nerve damage, protect against cognitive decline. Low cholesterol is directly linked to Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, depression, anxiety, memory loss. Every steroid hormone starts with cholesterol. Testosterone builds muscle, maintains libido, supports mood, protects bones. Estrogen protects cardiovascular system, maintains bone density, supports cognitive function. Progesterone regulates menstrual cycle, supports pregnancy, calms nervous system. Cortisol manages stress response, regulates blood sugar, controls inflammation. DHEA, anti-aging hormone, immune function, mood regulation. Low cholesterol, low hormones, accelerated aging. 8. Detoxifies your body. Cholesterol binds to heavy metals and toxins, helping eliminate them from your body. It protects you from lead, mercury, cadmium, environmental pollutants, bacterial endotoxins. Cholesterol is needed to produce vitamin D from sunlight. Vitamin D is essential for calcium absorption and bone health. Low cholesterol, low vitamin D, weak bones, fractures. Multiple studies show the same pattern. People with cholesterol between 200 to 280 mg/dl live longer than those with cholesterol below 180 or above 300. The sweet spot for longevity appears to be 220-260 mDL. Now, I know what you're thinking. But what about heart disease? Doesn't cholesterol cause heart attacks? Let me show you what actually causes heart disease. Heart disease isn't caused by cholesterol. It's caused by inflammation and metabolic dysfunction. Here's what actually damages your arteries. Remember the Swedish centenarian study? They had low glucose, not low cholesterol. High blood sugar is like sandpaper in your bloodstream. It damages arterial walls, causes oxidative stress, triggers inflammation, creates glycated proteins, AGEs, that stiffen arteries. Chronically elevated insulin, caused by eating too many carbs and sugars, damages blood vessels and promotes arterial plaque formation, high blood pressure, chronic inflammation. Here's the key distinction. It's not LDL cholesterol that's dangerous. It's LDL that's been oxidized, damaged. What causes LDL oxidation? Seed oils, vegetable oils high in omega-6 fats, sugar and refined carbs, smoking, chronic stress, lack of antioxidants. Inflammation is the root cause of arterial damage. What causes it? Processed foods, sugar and refined carbs, seed oils, sedentary lifestyle, chronic stress. Poor sleep, obesity, especially belly fat, forget LDL. The most predictive marker for heart disease is your triglyceride HDL ratio. Calculated. Triglycerides HDL cholesterol. Target, below 1.5, ideal, below 1.0. If your ratio is below 1.5, excellent heart health. 1.5, 3.0, moderate risk, above 3.0, high risk. This ratio reflects insulin resistance and metabolic health, the real drivers of heart disease. Thomas was 68, with a total cholesterol of 280. His doctor wanted him on statins immediately. Your cholesterol is dangerously high, the doctor warned. But Thomas asked to see his full lipid panel. His triglycerides, 70, his HDL, 65, his TG-HDL ratio, 70, 65, 1.08, perfect. I'm not taking statins, Thomas told his doctor. My metabolic health is excellent. My high cholesterol is protecting me, not killing me. Thomas is now 76. Still no statins. Still no heart disease. Still thriving. Now, let me give you the exact nutrition protocol that optimizes cholesterol for longevity, not pharmaceutical profits. If you want to live to 100 with your brain, hormones, and heart intact, here's what you need to do. 1. Go low carb or keto. Reduce carbohydrates, especially sugar, bread, pasta, rice, processed foods, seed oils. This lowers triglycerides, reduces inflammation, and improves insulin sensitivity. These foods are rich in cholesterol and essential nutrients. Grass-fed beef, rich in omega-3s, CLA, vitamins B12, iron, zinc, pastured eggs. The most nutrient-dense food on earth. Eat the whole egg. The yolk contains all the cholesterol, vitamins, and choline wild-caught seafood. Salmon, sardines, mackerel provide omega-3s and vitamin D, organ meats. Liver is nature's multivitamin, vitamin A, B12, iron, folate. Full-fat dairy, if tolerated. Butter, cheese, full-fat yogurt from grass-fed animals. These industrial oils cause oxidized LDL and chronic inflammation. Canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil, vegetable oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil. Replace with butter, ghee, coconut oil, avocado oil, olive oil, animal fats, tallow, lard. Sugar is the real driver of heart disease, diabetes, obesity, inflammation, premature aging. If it comes in a box with a long ingredient list, don't eat it. Omega-3 fatty acids. Reduce inflammation, protect heart and brain. Fatty fish, fish oil. Vitamin D. Essential for cholesterol metabolism, immune function. Sun, cod liver oil, fatty fish. Vitamin K2. Directs calcium into bones and out of arteries. Grass-fed dairy, fermented foods, organ meats. Magnesium. Supports cardiovascular function. Reduces blood pressure. Leafy greens, nuts, dark chocolate. Antioxidants. Prevent LDL oxidation. Berries, dark chocolate, coffee, green tea. This is the marker to focus on. To lower triglycerides, reduce carbs, especially sugar, increase omega-3 fats, exercise regularly, lose belly fat. To raise HDL, eat healthy fats, exercise, especially strength training, avoid seed oils, consider intermittent fasting. I know grass-fed beef and pastured eggs can be expensive. Here's how to eat this way on a budget. Buy in bulk. Contact local farmers or butchers. Negotiate bulk deals. I get grass-fed beef for $5 lb when buying a quarter cow. Shop farmers markets. At closing time, vendors often discount to avoid taking food home. Buy cheaper cuts. Chuck roast, ground beef, chicken thighs are nutrient-dense and affordable. Eggs are cheap. Even pastured eggs are $4.6 a dozen. That's 50 cents per meal for incredible nutrition. Organ meats. Liver, heart, kidney are often dirt cheap, 2 or 3 lb, because most people won't eat them. Seasonal shopping. Buy what's in season and on sale. Join a co-op. Buying. Clubs and food co-ops offer better prices. TG-HDL ratio should still be below 2.0. Inflammatory markers, calcium score, actual plaque burden, metabolic health. Some people with FH live long, healthy lives. Others may need medication. Work with a knowledgeable physician. Let me take you back to Harold from the beginning of this video. After stopping his statins, Harold didn't just feel better. He transformed his entire approach to health. He started eating real food, eggs, meat, vegetables, healthy fats. He dumped the seed oils, the sugar, the processed garbage. He started strength training twice a week. 6 months later, his labs came back. Total cholesterol, 245, up from 160. Triglycerides, 65, down from 180. HDL, 70, up from 45. TG-HDL ratio, 0.93, optimal. His doctor was concerned about the cholesterol number, but Harold pointed to his triglycerides and TG-HDL ratio. "Show me the evidence that my current profile increases my risk," Harold said calmly. "Because everything I've read says I'm protecting myself." The doctor couldn't, because the evidence doesn't exist. Harold is now 78. He has more energy than he did at 70. His mind is sharp. His sex drive is back. He hikes, lifts weights, and plays with his grandchildren. "I wasted 2 years feeling like garbage because I trusted without questioning," Harold told me. "Never again." This is about more than cholesterol. It's about taking responsibility for your health, about asking questions, about demanding evidence, not just following orders. The medical system isn't designed to keep you healthy. It's designed to manage disease with pharmaceuticals. Real health comes from eating real, nutrient-dense foods, moving your body, managing stress, sleeping well, building strong relationships, having purpose. Cholesterol is just one piece of the puzzle, but it's an important piece. Now let me give you the exact action steps to implement everything you've learned today. Here's what I need you to do. Don't just accept your cholesterol is high. Demand the full breakdown. Total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, HDL cholesterol, triglycerides. Calculate your TG-HDL ratio. This is your true cardiovascular risk marker. If you're on statins, honestly assess muscle pain or weakness, cognitive issues, memory, focus, low energy, mood problems, loss of libido. These are signs your body is being starved of cholesterol. Starting today, eliminate seed oils and replace with butter, ghee, olive oil. Reduce sugar and refined carbs dramatically. Eat 2 to 3 eggs daily, yes, with the yolks. Include fatty fish 2 to 3 times per week. Choose grass-fed meat when possible. Dump processed foods. In 3 months, recheck. Full lipid panel, especially TG-HDL ratio. Fasting blood sugar, hemoglobin, A1C blood pressure. Watch these numbers improve as you eat more cholesterol-rich foods. Step 5. Educate yourself. Read the research. Question the conventional wisdom. Understand that medical guidelines are often influenced by pharmaceutical funding. Recommended resources. Dr. Malcolm Kendrick's work on cholesterol myths. Dr. Uffe Ravenskov's research. The Amoris study from Sweden. Dr. Ben Bickman's work on insulin resistance. Bring your research. Show them your TG-HDL ratio. Ask about the actual absolute risk reduction from statins, usually 1–2%. Ask about side effects. Ask why centenarians have high cholesterol. If your doctor dismisses you without engaging with the evidence, find a doctor who will partner with you in your health journey. Cholesterol is essential if you're ready to stop fearing cholesterol and start embracing it as the life-giving molecule it actually is. Share this video with someone who's been put on statins or told their cholesterol is dangerously high. Send it to your spouse, your parents, your friends, because this information could literally save lives. The cholesterol myth has damaged millions of people. It's robbed seniors of their vitality, their minds, their quality of life. But you don't have to be one of them. You now have the knowledge to make informed decisions, to question, to demand evidence, to take control. Your body needs cholesterol. Your brain needs it. Your hormones need it. Your immune system needs it. Stop starving yourself of this essential molecule. Eat real food, build strength, live vibrantly, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be one of those centenarians with high cholesterol, sharp minds, and long, healthy lives. The choice is yours.